Once we installed our Hydroboost booster and our new master cylinder, we decided to put the sheet metal back on the car. Now you don't have to take the fenders and the hood off to do this job, but we did it so that you could see what was going on. The next step is to start the process of adding the fluid to the system and bleeding it out. And this is definitely a process. It's not hard, but it's kind of complex. The first step to adding the fluid is to fill up the reservoir with a good quality power steering fluid. When it reaches the top, there's fluid in the reservoir, but not throughout the whole system. So what you have to do is disconnect the ignition cable, turn the engine over for about 5 seconds, which pumps fluid into the system. Then check the level again. You'll see that it probably went down to nothing. Add more fluid to the system, and then run the engine again for another 5 seconds. You can repeat this until the fluid level stays constant. Once the fluid level is constant, start the engine and let it run for a few seconds and check the system and make sure it doesn't have any leaks. If the engine runs and the system has fluid in it and nothing leaks and everything looks okay, then you can actually press the brake pedal a couple times and then shut the engine off and go back and check it again for leaks and check the fluid level again. No leaks. Unbelievable. I know this sounds like a lot of steps, but Hydratech provides really good instructions to guide you through it, so you really don't have to remember any of this. We just wanted to show you kind of how it works. Only after you verify that there's enough fluid in the system and that it doesn't leak are you ready to go out and take a road test. So on our initial test drive, the first thing we noticed is that brakes with the Hydroboost feel much different than brakes with a vacuum boost. Our car had a real hard time locking up the brakes, which I know it's not something you want to do every day, but you want to make sure that you've got the ability to lock up the brakes in a situation where you might need to. Another thing we noticed right away with the Hydroboost system is that the calipers seem to have a lot more grab. When you step on the brakes, the calipers seem to grab a lot harder than they used to. Now most cars aren't balanced equally from front to back, and that's why you want to adjust the brake bias from front to rear. The CPP master cylinder has a built-in adjustable proportioning valve. And what this does is it varies the amount of brake pressure to the rear wheels in the front so that you can compensate for the unbalance of a car. The idea is to not lock up any tire first before the rest of them. You want to be able to grab real hard on all 4 wheels at the same time. So we're going to try it. Now keep in mind that this car never really had the power to lock the wheels with a vacuum booster installed. Wow. It never did that before. Overall, looking at this thing, you can see from this shot how nicely the Hydroboost booster and the new master cylinder fit. We've got plenty of clearance here between everything else. So overall, this is a really good swap. It's a really good upgrade. You can see how this car stops. It hasn't stopped like that ever. So we're going to continue to play with this. You can learn more about all the things we've done today on our website at V8TVshow.com. Well, that's the end of the show.